Alright guys, I'm back bringing you a Biddle trick tutorial. I know this is kind of like a really old trick, but it gets amazing reactions. And really, I don't see that many good tutorials out there for it. So I'm bringing you my handling on the Biddle trick tutorial, okay? So any card can be randomly selected out of the middle. That can be your card. That card is then placed and launched right into the middle. Okay, the cards can be shuffled. Alright, cut however many times the spectator would like. Alright, now, I would like the spectator to call stop 5 times as I scroll through this deck, alright? Stop, alright? Right there, right there, there, right there, and right there. Alright, so you called out stop in 5 random places. I'm going to ask you to call stop one more time for me, just so we can separate half the deck. Right there. The spectator would then hold on to this half. Look, over here, I have the 5 of hearts, the Jack of clubs, 6 of hearts, 4 of clubs, and the King of diamonds. Did you see your card in there? Oh, you did? Okay, well that's pretty cool considering you stopped me on 5. Well, if we take the 5 that you stopped me on, right there, and turn them over face up, I want you to hold your hand in the claw. So the whole spectator would hold their hands like so. Now watch, I'm going to take your card out invisibly. Right? Watch. Alright, I got it. I'm going to throw it right into the middle of the deck that the spectator is holding on to. Spectator would then go ahead and take a look, noticing that there's now only 4 cards. None of them being their card. Not only does that get good reactions, but if you take a look over here, there's 1 card, face up, in the middle, your selected Jack of clubs. Okay? So let's get into how to do this. It really is a 100% random choice on where they want to stop, just to let you know. So yeah, let's get into how to do this. This is a 100% impromptu trick, and let's get into it. You can have the spectator select a card, at which point you're going to want to do whatever you need to control that card to the top. I generally just use my gravity control, which is on my channel, but you can really just use any cut. Say it was in the middle and you kept a break, turned it into a thumb break, and did a 3-packet cut. Okay, so just bring this selection to the top. Once you've done so, you're going to cut off a very small portion of the deck. Somewhere around 10 cards or more. You can have a little bit less, like 7, but I prefer a little bit more than 10. Okay, so you're going to cut off a very small packet, and you're going to just keep cutting about 5 times on top of that packet, but you're going to keep a pinky break. This way, the spectator can call it stop 5 times randomly, and the only thing you have to do is pick where they call it stop. So if they call that stop there, you kind of want to rush to the deck if they start calling out stop really fast. But you have to pick 3 cards before you come to that break, right? So these 3. So they're going to call stop there, then kind of spread the cards and move slowly. And then once they come to this, keep your hand on this card, they'll say stop and just jog that forward. So it is a random spot where they say stop, but of course you're forcing the card on them. This will make the spectator feel like you had nothing to do with it. At which point, you would then divide the deck in half by having the spectator call it stop anywhere they would like. Okay? Now you're going to do the Biddle steal, alright? To do so, you're going to hold the deck in the Biddle grip like so. Index finger on top, middle finger on top on the top edge of the deck, thumb on the bottom, alright? And you kind of want to have a little bit of extra leeway on these fingers because you are going to be stealing that card back, like so. Okay? Alright, now you're going to perform the Biddle steal. To do so, you're just going to take your thumb and drag off this card, the top card. Now you'll know the second card will always be their card once you've done this. So you're going to realize that that is their card, and when you go to peel this 3rd card off, alright? So practice peeling like that if you don't know how to already. Keep a pinky break above their card, okay? And when you go to steal this 3, you're going to take everything above that break. The spectator will not see this, but what you just did is took their selection, okay? Alright, we'll do that one more time. Count, count, pinky break, steal, count. Okay? Steal and peel is what I like to call it when I'm teaching it. Then just keep counting normally, listing as the cards as you go through. That'll give you an excuse to slow down a little bit. Alright? Now you're going to have 4 cards in this hand, and the spectator is going to be holding onto this deck fairly square. What you're going to do is you're going to place this packet on top, and don't just slap it on top or anything, square it up, and then hand it to them. This will give them, just to make sure that they don't accidentally keep a break or something at that card. It'll really confuse them. The card might slip out or something. It's just really bad if it does. At which point, you're going to perform a 1-card Elmsley count, which looks something like this, performing 4 cards as 5. To do so, hold your fingers in a grip like so. I generally like to have my 3 fingers like this, and my thumb about almost to the corner. Okay? So your ring finger will go on the bottom corner, your middle will go a little bit higher than that, and your index finger about midway. Your thumb going about the same place as your middle finger. Now you're going to come over here, and you're going to want to peel sideways and upwards. Because if you peel like this, the cards are going to separate, and that can be bad if you're trying to do a correct Elmsley count. You want it to look as if you're really only counting 5 cards when you're counting 4. Okay? So, once you have this grip, peel. You're going to kind of peel off a little bit before you start the peel, and then peel up and off. Okay? At which point, you're going to kind of have to know how to do this type of move. Okay? Where you pinch the card in between your index finger, the web of your index finger, and your thumb, like so. This way, when you're performing the Elmsley count, 1, you can do that, stealing that card back, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? It really shouldn't be that hard. All you have to do is kind of just loosen your grip a little bit like this, so that you can steal that card back. Note, if you don't do that first peel part, you might end up stealing off more than 1 card, which is bad. Okay? So 1 card, partial peel, peel up and to the side. Not too far up. You don't want to go like that. Once you've done so, kind of loosen up your grip with these 3 fingers a little bit as you come over here. Square up the cards before you take this card. I usually use my index finger to square up, peel off the next card, and just count off normally. Okay? Remember to always keep this break, otherwise it'll look really weird. Okay? If you do the Elmsley count, 1, 5, it's just going to look bad. Turn the cards over and ask the spectator to hold their hands like so, in a claw. Once they've done so, hand them all the cards, the 4 cards. They'll think there's 5, so you're going to take the 5 cards. You might want to say this because some people don't understand that there's 5. Some people miss it. Alright? You're going to say you're going to turn their card invisible and invisibly pull it out. Throw it into the middle of the deck, which the spectator over there is holding on to. You tell the spectator to go and take a look through that. They'll be amazed realizing that they're only holding 4 cards. And you can have the spectator look through this deck, realizing that their card is face up. Sorry, this tutorial kind of ran long. I wanted to give a good tutorial. Elmsley count tutorial also. Thanks, guys.